Okay, in this video, I'm sober in this video. Yeah, last night, I did have a fun time last night. I'm gonna try to remember as much as I possibly can. My wow, she's, she's dead. My grandmother and I, went down to, the local bar near us to one keg, and they weren't having karaoke that night. So, okay. Not a huge loss. But they did have a jukebox, that you put cash in, or you could use your card and all that, and you could play songs. I played three Frank Sinatra songs, one Dean Martin song, and an ABBA song. I just had to. So, my grandmother and I are down there for a while. We have an order of wings, and then I run into a friend of mine, Sandra, who I got in a conversation with her, and her friend, who I'm also friends with on Facebook as well, was with her, and so I was talking to them for a little bit. Then she was texting another girl that we both know from high school, that we went with her to high school, and she didn't believe I was down at the bar, because she's like, she had the whole idea that, oh, he's probably not at the bar, you're yanking my leg. I know James Supreme, he doesn't drink. Not true. I normally drank alone. Now I actually like drinking with friends. I really do. But there's a moral to the story, but I'll get to the point of that later. So I had a Guinness when I got there. They had a Jack with soda, then another Jack with soda, then a Guinness before I left, and we went to the other bar. And then Melvin was with us, and Nick Vasquez, who are friends of mine as well. And so we're there, and at this point, consciously, was I slurring my words? Maybe. I don't know. But they said I was drunk, so who knows. But the thing is, I was able to walk without tripping over, which is actually quite amazing. But there's another girl that I went to school with, who's also a friend of mine, who's also a bartender at this place as well. So anyway, a friend of someone who was in bed with me, Devin McShaw, he got me another Jack with soda. He bought that for me because this was the first time he saw me in a bar, so he got that for me. And then so that this is 3, okay? Should I remember things beyond this point? Probably not. But yeah, so there was a dance room, there was like music playing over loudspeakers and all that. I requested Michael Jackson's Beat It, never got to listen to it. Then I ran into an old acquaintance of mine who I went to school with, Lonnie Hostler, and had a conversation with him for a little bit. Had 2 bottles of water, 2 Tylenols at this place, and here's the moral of the story. Drinking with friends can be a wonderful thing, and it can also be a curse. What I mean is, if you go out with friends to drink, and I had no idea they were even there, so. But if you go out with friends to drink, make sure you have real friends like I do. Because real friends look out for you. They make sure you get home alright. And that's the most important part, is the fact that since these are good friends of mine, since I don't see them as much as I would like to, but I'm still close with them. And the thing is, they made sure I was okay the whole time, even though they knew I was past my limit. And they made sure I was okay. And my friend Melvin told my grandmother exactly where the spar was, because I couldn't describe it. I couldn't describe where the location of it was, but he could. And but I remember last night very well. I shouldn't, but I remember it. But what I also remember from last night is quite a quite stupid thing, really. There were 2 cop cars. Okay, 2 cop cars and 4 policemen. Now, who were they arresting? Publicly, legally drunk people and giving them tickets. Yes. I still think that's the dumbest thing in the world. If you are legally, publicly drunk, keywords, legally drunk, legally, publicly drunk, keywords, okay? If you are in those 2 categories, why does anybody get arrested? That makes no fucking sense. I mean, if people were drinking moonshine and trying to walk, I mean, that's illegally drunk at that point. Moonshine's illegal to make, period. But to not only drink it, but to get tested for it with a breathalyzer test, that's illegal. You can get arrested for having a drink of moonshine. You can get arrested for that if you're caught. However, but arresting people when they're publicly, legally drunk is stupid. That's like arresting somebody for pot who has cancer. I mean, a bad comparison, abstract, but think about it, makes sense. The thing is, under the law, your blood alcohol content can't be more than 7.7. And that's exactly where mine was. Should it have been there? No, I should have been more careful last night. That's on me. However, when your blood alcohol content level is that exactly, that's legal. That is keyword legal. If you're above the legal limit, and if your blood alcohol level, and I remember this from health class in high school, if your alcohol level, if you live in Pennsylvania, is above 7.7 and is 8 and above, that's illegal. You can get arrested for that. That's when I could understand cops arresting people for being illegally drunk. But legally drunk and getting arrested, getting tickets for, that's just the dumbest thing in the world. My God. But luckily, I did not have that much of a bad hangover. I'm fine right now. My headache's gone away. I don't feel like I don't want to do anything. So I'm fine now. But I did have fun last night, and I was out with friends that were looking out for me. And like I said, that was the moral of the story. If you go drinking with your friends, make sure they're the ones who will look out for you and you'll look out for them.